Welcome to TechbrothersIT. In this video, we are going to learn how to access Cosmos DB by using Azure Data Factory as managed identity. Or you can say something like that, to use system assign managed identity to access Azure Cosmos DB. So there are a few things we are going to do in this one. We are going to learn how to create the Cosmos DB. We are going to configure the RBAC role and assign identity to it. So in this case, it will be our Azure Data Factory identity. And then we will create the pipeline and extract the data from the Cosmos DB and write to the blob storage. The document I was following how you can access the Cosmos DB database from the Azure Data Factory by managed identity is a kind of a complex, or you can say it is maybe and not too easy, or maybe it is hard for the people who are doing first time, because if you are using managed identity for your other sources, that's pretty straightforward, and you provide the role and all that. But in this one, it is has to be created, a custom role has to be created and then assign the identity to it. So let's go ahead and take a look, and you will see what I'm talking about. Now, first of all, what we need to create the Cosmos DB. Here, what we are going to do, we are going to go ahead and create and search for Cosmos DB, and here is our Cosmos DB, Azure Cosmos DB. Now, the very first thing we are going to do, we have to create the Cosmos DB account. So click right there, and here we are going to go with the core SQL recommended and create. And now select your resource group, and here you will be selecting the account name. So in this case, I'm going to say Tech Brothers Cosmos account. So that's the name I'm given, and I'm going to save this name somewhere in the document right here. Okay, that's why my account name. Now I'm going to go back here, and then I'm going to create this in East US. And then let's go to the global distribution. I'm going to leave everything disabled, and not a whole lot I'm going to do here, just hit create. So I've been actually doing a lot of research and trying to see like if there was a straightforward way how we can use the managed entity. But honestly, it took me a whole lot, almost like 3-4 hours to figure out like what is the process. So these are all the documents I was also going through, and then eventually I found out like this is the document you need to follow. So I will put in the description as well, and you can follow along. But from even here, it does not say a whole lot. It tells you like you need to have a role where you need to provide some read, write, and all that information, and then a role has to be assigned to the user, and these are the permissions you need. And here it tells you you will be using the ARM template even to provide that permission, or you use PowerShell, or you use Azure CLI scripts. So that's where it was pretty confusing. Like, okay, if I go to the PowerShell, open this link, now I end up here. Then so you keep samples in this article. So you pretty much I went to a lot of them, and it was kind of a little hard for me to understand the whole concept, why they are doing this all the way. Because once we create any other resources where we use the managed entity, we simply go and add the Azure Data Factory as a managed entity, and it start working. But anyways, let's go right here, go to the resource, and here we have Cosmos DB ready, and now we can create an item. Now we can create item container as the data is stored in the container. Okay, now let's click on Data Explorer, and here our Cosmos DB is ready. Now we can start with some sample, or we can create our own databases and all that. So I'm going to go ahead and create with start with sample. Our sample database has been created, and now let's click on persons, and here we have items. So we can go and say new query, and then we can execute this query. It is returning us these are records. So this looks good, and it has like very few records. So you have a first name, and here is second record, and then you have a third record there. So that's all you have in the sample database in the person collection. Now what we are going to do, we are going to go back to our portal here. Okay, our Cosmos DB is ready here, but I don't have Azure Data Factory because I deleted the Data Factory last night when I was experimenting, because I'm paying tons of money for these this paid subscription for me. So I have to create new data factory, and if you know how to do that, you can just simply skip and go to next level. So this is my data factory. I'm going to call this TechbrothersIT. Okay, our data factory is ready and we should be good to go and start working. Now, what we are going to do here in the data factory, let me create a quick, straightforward pipeline that will get the data and by using without using the manage identity. So I'm going to go here in manage, and then I'm going to go to link service, and I can go new here, and then I can select a Cosmos DB. So in the Cosmos DB, I'm going to select Cosmos DB SQL API. So once I select right there, I'm using auto resolve and I'm using the account key, and then I'm going to provide my subscription here, and then I'm going to provide my account, and then it's going to extract me the databases. So here is my sample database, and this looks good. If you can test and everything, that works great, no problem at all. But if I go and change the managed identity, it's gonna throw me some error. So let's select my subscription, and here select the account, and then type the database. Now if I test this, it's not gonna pass. Now you see the error, and it is in like, okay, your request blocked by the authentication TechBrothers account. Request is blocked because this principal does not have a required permission or BAC permissions to perform this action. So simply, if I will take this Azure Data Factory, and let's say if I go to Cosmos DB right there, and in the Cosmos DB I will go to the access control, and in the access control I will say let me add a role assignment, and now here I will even give contributor. Now right there I give contributor, and then I will say manage identity. Now select my Azure Data Factory, and this is how normally we work with the other sources of where we can provide manage identity. So we simply add our data factory to that place. But here, even I do that, I have provided contributor, it's not going to work because it is looking for a custom role and some specific permissions. These are the permissions that I have to provide. So these permissions are even like if I try to search in the create the custom role and try to search these roles custom permissions there, I'm not able to find it. So that's the problem. Even now, if I go back here to my data factory and I test my connection again, even I have given contributor, it is still throwing me error because it is expecting that or BAC permission, that's a custom role assignment that I have to do it. So this did not help us at all. So I wish they would have better, I don't know, they could have simply given the same way we are given permission here and all that. If you go right there, add roles, and here if you look for the Cosmos DB role, these are the roles available. So you see right there, I tried creating tons of roles from here, from graphical, but that was not working as well. So I had to go through that Azure, PowerShell, or other methods they have provided in the document. Now we know that that's not going to work by adding directly managed entity into the Cosmos DB and go from there. So what we have to do, we have to work on our all the steps what we need to take to create this custom role. So these are the steps I have here, and these is what we are going to follow. The we are going to copy this command first and then go back to our portal, and here I'm going to start a Cloud Shell. Once we start the Cloud Shell, we are going to go ahead and paste this query, and this is going to install a cosmosdb-preview extension. In my case, it's already installed because I was working last night on this demo. Now we are good here, and then next what we are gonna do, we are gonna create a file and use that. So let's create a file called we are gonna call it a role file. Okay, and in this one, this is the name of that role that you are creating it. So we can call it CosmosRole. And these are all the permissions we need to provide. So we are going to copy this. First of all, I'm going to create a role file, and how you create the role file, you will say vi role file. So then it will open this editor and you can paste your contents there. So let's copy all these contents and copy. Now we go back here and we are going to paste. So paste right there, and looks good. Now you can see it's starting from these curly parentheses, role name, CosmosRole, and all that. Now what you're gonna do, you're gonna escape and then put colon. See right there at the corner it shows you. Then you type W, right, Q for quit, and then exclamation mark. So then it will save this file. Hit enter, and our file is ready. Now our next goal is to run the statement to create this role. How we do that? Here we are going to provide our resource group. So this is the line of the code you are going to do it. So you are going to say AZ CosmosDB SQL role definition create, and then provide the account. Which account you are going to provide? The CosmosDB account name. So in my case, that's the account name. So if I go back here, and that's the name. So I'm going to copy, go back to the this document, and here is my account name. I will provide that, and now here I will provide a resource group name. In my case it's TechbrothersIT, and then here I will provide the file name. So the file name, remember this is the file name we have used. So using this definition from this file, create the role. So if you want to create the variables and all those kind of things, you can do it. You don't really have to do it. I just use this as a single liner. So it's going to create the role for us. So copy, and now we go back here in our portal, and here we paste. So it's given us an error. It's in our resource group TechbrothersIT not found detail. Go to the this. Okay, so what we are gonna do, we are gonna go and see, take a look. Maybe I missed some space or something. Let me go back, and here let's figure out. Yes, see right there, I have space here that I could not see. That's the problem. So it is there, but I just have extra space there. So I wish it would tell me like, hey, there is a space there. But anyways, that's fine. So I'm gonna go back here, and right there, if you see right there, that was the problem. So there was a space here. So the query is fine, and just this was the space there. So now I have removed the space, so we are all good. So we are gonna hit next, and hit enter actually. So it's running the script right now. It's creating this role with the definition which is of the file we have saved in the role file. So it is creating this role in the our account for account that CosmosDB in our resource group, and taken the definition from the role file. It's running right now. So role has been created, and what we need to do, we need to take this, make a copy of this part. So this is the name. So you can get the name later on, but I'm going to just copy from now, and just save it there, because I know I need this for a next statement. So here is the name. So I'm going to just put the name here, and then we should be good to go. If you want to check the names, let's say you can get the list of the names, that's fine. So what you have to do, you have to provide your account name and use the list statement. So this is very simple. You have to provide right there, and then you will say this AZ CosmosDB SQL role definition list. Once you do that, it's gonna give you all those list. So right there, if I do clear, and then I will just paste that last statement, because I want to see the definition of or list of those roles. So see right there, it is providing me all that information. So you can see right there. So these ones are with the 00s, but the ones the name you need is the one on top of it. This is the name you need. Right after running the query, that you are going to copy this name, and then you see that all the definition for the permissions are right there. So these are the permissions added to this role. So we are good here, and next what we are going to do, we are going to go over next step, that we are adding the managed entity to the role. So the statement for that one is going to be something like that. You're going to say AZ CosmosDB SQL role assignment create account name. In this case, your account name is this. So I'm going to copy, just make sure it's exactly this. And now resource group TechbrothersIT, that's fine. That's the resource group for my name. / scope back, and then you say /p, and here is the principal ID of your data factory. So we are going to go and get that. Let me go back here, and I'm going to go to the portal, and I will go portal right here, go to the resource group, and here I will go to the data factory. And in the data factory, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the properties, and here is my managed entity object. So that's what I need to copy from there. Okay, so I copy the second part of the managed entity object ID. So that I'll copy back and bring it here, and I'm going to replace right there. Okay, and then you have a role definition ID, and that's where the name is going to go. Remember that I was telling you, like, you need the name from the role. So copy that, we just paste it above. And how you can get that, you can use this statement, list roles. And once you do that, you copy the name part of it, and that's where you're going to put it right here. Okay, now that will do it, and then our managed entity will be added to that role. So let's go back here and then go to the our shell, and here paste. So AZ CosmosDB role, assignment role, and then you are gonna say here account name. That's the account name of your CosmosDB. The resource group scope. Here is the managed entity GUID for the Azure Data Factory, and then dash dash role definition, and then here is the name of the role that you can get from the by using the list command I showed you for your CosmosDB role. So hit enter. It's executing our query right now. Now that is completed, and it's all good, and is with success. Now what we are going to do, that was our last step. So we have here I just want to go ahead and one more time so you show you this is our step 1. Okay, and then this is going to be your step 2, where you are going to create the file and with the list of the permissions you need to provide, and this is going to be your third step. Okay, so where you will create the role. So third, I'm just going to write it there, create a role, and then in this role, this is the name of your account of CosmosDB, and this is your resource group, and this is the file you just created above. So use that definition from file, and then you are gonna get the number 4 is gonna be, I'm gonna use cut here, get the list. So that's your number 4. At the time of creating, you can copy that file name, or you can use this to get the file name, and then you got the file name, right? And save this file name, because sorry, save this role name, so we need to use that later. And here is your number 5. That's where you will be adding your managed entity. So this is your managed entity GUID for your data factory, and then this is your name of the role from the above number 4, and that's it. That will do it. Now I can just delete all that, and I will put all these steps here in the document in the description, so you can know. Okay, that's good. Now we are all good here. It's done, and we can go to our data factory. Here is my data factory, and I was creating a linked service by using managed entity. So now we can go ahead and test, and it should be coming with success. So you can see right there, it is coming with success, no problem at all. So we use managed entity, but it is coming with success. Last time it was failing. So now this is created. I'm going to call this one CosmosDB1. That's fine. And I'm going to go ahead and create this linked service. And as I said, that is successful, no problem at all. And we are using a managed entity because we have created that role, then assigned the our data factory to that custom role, and then we are using it now. Now we can cancel this here, and this is ready. I'm going to go to the pipeline, and here I will be creating our pipeline. So create new pipeline, and let's use the copy activity because we need to read the data from there. So go to source, and here we will say new, and here we will say CosmosDB SQL API, and here I will use a CosmosDB linked service. And now it is going to get me the list of collections. So I can use persons here, and then that's it. Now we are all good here, and we would like to write that JSON data to some sink. So I'm going to go to the sink here and the blob storage, and here I can do JSON, and then it is asking me create new link service. When I went to create new link service, I got to know or just remember I don't have really a storage account. This is just using for shell, so I need to create a new storage. At the end of most of the demos, I drop all the resources because it's expensive, and sometimes it costs me between $300 to $400 just to create these demos per month. So I'm gonna call this TechbrothersIT storage, and here all good. I don't need this, and it's gonna create the storage real quick. Our resource is created, and here I can go to containers, and I'm going to create a container called input or output. So I'm just going to create input container, and that's it. Now we are all good. We go back to Data Factory. Here I'm going to refresh, and then my container should be there, or actually, sorry, my storage. So storage right there, and let's test this and hit create. And now what we need to do, we need to provide our container. Here I'm going to go to input container and then hit OK, and then I say none, and here it's open our data set, and I will say cosmosdb.json file. Okay, so that will do it. Now it's going to read the data from cosmosdb and then write to the blob storage by using a linked service that we have created with the managed entity. Okay, our pipeline has been completed successfully. Let's go back here into the input container, and here is our data. So remember that there are only 3 records in this person collection in the Cosmos DB, and you can see right there first name Eva, John, and all that. So these are the records we have in the Cosmos DB person. I had already showed you in the query. So this is how you will create or use the managed entity of Azure Data Factory in Cosmos DB by creating custom role and then providing the permission and all that. So I thank you for watching. I hope this video will help, and I will see you guys in the next video.